Hey, Worship Team Training University members, thanks so much for joining us here on another daily train talking about our voices and how to warm up, how to do exercises more effectively by just simply using what you have. Now, a lot of us do warm-ups. Hopefully you are doing warm-ups in your vocal practices. Is that true? Not just singing along with your favorite song in the car or to your phone, other MP3 devices, whatever. That is good, but what could be never better would just be practicing by the normal simple piano. Now, as you can see, we had the piano right below this video in a piano roll. Now, the reason why we're doing this now to introduce this new technology is so that you can see the notes as a singer go up and down on the scale. If you are a pianist or a vocalist that reads by music, you can see the staff right here on this upper window here that shows you the notes that are automatically going up and down on the staff. And also if you're a guitar player or a pianist, you can see the chords that we're making as well. Now, the reason why it's important is because we're visual learners as well as audible learners, and we want to provide different ways that you can learn the concepts of what you're doing with your voice and also with your instrument. Now, speaking of voice, about pitch matching, this is critical for every singer, and this is what we're going to spend a lot of our time on in this vocal lesson in working on your voice for practice time. Now, the piano I recommend is because it's better intonation, is the most fine-tuned instrument that you can find, rather than playing on a guitar, and of course also not playing on a detuned piano. We want to make sure that your piano is nice and tuned, or a keyboard is fine as well. But by learning how to hear the pitch and then match it with your voice is something else, because a lot of us, as we sing through songs, I don't think we realize how often we actually miss notes of the songs that we're singing because we're not really thinking pitch. We're really just thinking words and thinking memory. So this video is to help you understand, to think about pitch and to see it in your mind. Now, one way to see it is this. When we do pitch matching, we hear the note, and then we want to sing exactly what we hear. And you can try this on various vowels like na, or ne, or la, or lay. For this exercise, we're going to use na. Na. Now, as we begin to sing na, a lot of things are working within the face and within breath control. If you missed those videos, make sure that you go back on the daily train and see all of the vocal care and breathing exercises that we've done to get you prepared for this video. And then you can move on with the next advanced steps that we have for you. Now, about pitch matching. You breathe in through the nose and out the mouth. Na. Try that with me on na. 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 Okay, very good. Now, did you notice that sometimes your voice can glottal or go sharp or flat, or can even just do this really weird scooping? Na, na, or na, na. We kind of go up or we go down. We call that fishing for the note. Okay, we don't want to fish for notes. We rather fish for dinner. Okay, don't do the same thing in your music making. You want to make sure, na, na. But then you're like, well, Brandon, how do I get there? Okay, this is where we're at. Pitch matching. We're going to do a exercise that involves you ascending the pitch intentionally against the note that you hear, and also descending the pitch. In both instances, when we go up, we're going to bring it down and fix it and tune it to the exact pitch. When we go sing in a descending pitch, we're going to raise it back up and fix it to its normal true tone, true pitch. Now, the reason why we do this in choir a lot, you may remember this exercise, is because in choir, you have to fine-tune all the voices and intonate each voice to each singer, because then it brings out a pure tone and a pure sound. In the contemporary worship band, we don't think about it that way. We more or less think about, well, am I just singing in tune with the band and that's it? We don't really care about matching our pitch and timbre to the next singer, which I find is very critical. But before you go there, you need to go here, which is at the piano. So try this with me. You're going to have a single stable pitch, And on na, I want you to intensify and ascend that pitch, and then we're going to bring it down together. And then the same thing as we go down and go back up again. Now, it's going to sound horrible, okay? But that's the whole point. So let's try it. On na, now we're going to ascend up. Na. Now, did you hear that, what I refer to as a stereo effect? Meaning that there's two sounds that's coming at one true tone, one true pitch. Think of it this way. You have a high frequency and a low frequency. Now, when we're singing here in the middle to find that pure tone, it sounds good and it's stable, but once we ascend, it starts to wobble, that frequency wobbles. Or if we descend, it does the same thing, it wobbles and it sounds bad. Now go up. Now, did it sound bad? Good, then you did it right. That means your brain is working and your ears are working if it sounded horrible because you fixed it. You can also put out your hand as well. We did this in choir also, because the hand sometimes gives us a visual and physiological sense of raising and lowering and flattening, okay? So what I try to do is when I sing pitch and I'm practicing with the piano, and by the way, you want to spend time doing these kind of exercises, not, we have other exercises that we'll show later on, different scales that you can sing, that's fine. But we're just trying to do note by note, just the basic. Now, when you hold out your hand, you can picture it as a plane just flying through the air going flat. And we raise it and then we lower it, you get the idea. So your voice, you want to try to find that true pitch, hone in on it, fix it, and tune it. Okay, so now this time, let's go down. Let's descend the pitch. Here we go. On C again. Now, this is a very simple exercise for us to do. You heard the descending, sounded terrible, then you raised it up and you fixed it. That's great. So, moving forward, even if you're not a piano player, you don't have to be one to do this exercise. You can just start with C, go chromatically up, all the way up the scale, okay? Don't bother your pianist if this is something that you find that you can do yourself, okay? Let's go to the next note, C sharp. Here we go, on na. Now descend. Next note, D. Now, did you hear that stereo effect that I was doing and hopefully what you're doing, and it sounds in pitch and in tune? You did it correctly. Good job. So the whole point is to start chromatically going up the scale. Na, ne, lay, la, whatever that you want to sing. Okay? I really wouldn't push it above an A. The whole idea is that you're giving yourself anyway a good sixth interval to work with, and that's fine. And if you want to go higher than that, then great job. The whole idea is that we want to either go up or we go down, because we want to, again, fix the intonation from note to note. Now, let's put this in practical terms when you sing music. Let's take the song, "Oh Come to the Altar," right? Now, much of the time, we're not thinking, as I said before, about pitch. We're thinking mainly about words and am I remembering this right and all that. But this is why good practice comes into play. And hopefully you are practicing every day. Strive for 10, 15 minutes. I know what you're thinking. Do it. It's your service at the church. Why God gave you a voice and a gift. So nurture it. This is why you got the membership, right? So we have this. Oh, come to the altar. Not bad, but listen again. Oh, come to the altar, altar. There's a little bit of a glottal in that. Oh, oh, oh. Almost a little bit of a scoop. okay? Now we fix that by doing this pitch matching. Alter, alter. Now what I would like for you to do is to take this note by note, word by word. We want to break everything down. Don't sing the whole song. That's another misconception when we practice our vocal pieces, is that we think by singing the whole song through, I've done my practice job. Well, half of that, less than that is true. Mainly it's working each note. When you think about how pianists play, right? Now they're thinking about every note like what you just heard. As singers, we're not thinking about every single note, which we should be, because we should be thinking about pitch and good tone and good timbre. Now, instead of us singing with the piano and we run into these scoopy notes and fishing for the note, you know, like that, let's try open. What I like for you to do is to match the pitch that I play first. Oh, come to the altar. So let's try that again. So this time, match the pitch by what you hear. Oh, come to the altar. Now, because we're doing this in C, it should be pretty easy because we're trying to do this at a lower level for both male and female to achieve together. Oh, oh, even that first note, right? Oh, you hear the difference? Oh, it kind of glisses up. We don't want that. We want to be on top of the note. Oh, oh, you can hear me pushing it now. Oh, oh. That means that I'm trying to sing too hard. Whenever you are scooping it, you're not finding the pitch, you're bending it. If you're trying to push the note, then you're going to ascend it. It's too much muscle, okay? Oh, 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 come to the altar. Put it together. Oh, come to the altar. Now, that may be a little bit more advanced if you're not a pianist, but at least it gives you the idea of how to break down the melody. And this may be a good time for you to learn how to play a little piano. Just the melody is enough. You don't have to be Rachmaninoff on piano just to do vocal exercises. Just learning how to pick out the note is perfect. And if you're a singer, you really need to be doing your best job in trying to learn this. So let's try it again. Oh, come to the altar. Good job, you're matching the pitch. Oh, come to the altar. It's almost like I'm doing a call and response. I'm calling here, responding here. Try it on your own. All right, good job. You should be proud of yourself. And you want to fix those things too. All right. Now, if we put this together in music, oh, come to the altar. Now, notice that F, I fixed it. Well, instead of singing, oh, come to the altar, but oh, come to the altar, altar, altar. I'm not having to push my voice at all. Even if I did it without playing the melody and it's just a band. Oh, come to, sorry. Oh, come to the altar. So I'm not having to push vocally what I'm doing. Try it again. And oh, come to the altar. The Father's arms are open wide. Right? So let's try it again. So let's put the song together, and if I'm just playing with the band or I'm singing with the band, we have this now. Oh, come to the altar, the Father's arms are open wide. So now I'm able to take all those individual notes that I just worked on, now put them back into the whole phrase or the verse or the chorus or whatever that you want to work on and get that done. So intonate your voice, pitch match, be right in the middle between those frequencies, and make sure that you're singing your true tone through your true voice. Love you, and see you back next time.